Hello and welcome to my new video. This right here is about Unturned, the lore iceberg. What this means is that everything I will say is straight up from my mind and my experience for the past 8 or 7 years of Unturned knowledge. And so I've decided to challenge myself to test out if I'm remembering any of these lores and potentially inform you about some of them. So let's begin, shall we? Big J. Now, Big J is a friend of Nelson's who was with him in a high school. However, in Unturned, Big J can be seen owning a lot of gas stations across the world and restaurants. Restaurants, yes. So, and it's also widely speculated that the Big J is also behind the outbreak with the Scorpion 7. Like in a cooperation, but more on that will be later. Project Berrybush. Now, Project Berrybush is a project that involves being assigned by Dr. Bayhen, who basically got assigned to the hallucinogenic weapons, which were codenamed Berrybush, in Yukon. So, it was contracted by Big J as far as I was able to see. And so it was like, I don't know how would I say it in a very normal way. The way I would say it is that they were gathering berry bushes, basically the berries, probably the blue ones as well, and they were testing them on wildlife in Yukon and also in Washington, in Everett around the map in there. And so Big J contracted the berry bushes and took them into his restaurants. And so he tested it on people, and the people were craving more and more food. And there's also even a note in the Everett on top of the desk that says it all, that whoever wrote it was very addicted to the pie that was being served, which is kind of hilarious if I'm going to be honest. Scorpion 7 made the virus. This one is pretty much obvious, so the way I see it was that the Scorpion 7 respectively, they were taking private contracts, they focused on unique prototype weapons, bioweapons, and also they were helping Big J. And also mainly with the weapons of mass destruction, cure to death, and also a vaccine to the zombie virus. But they ultimately failed and doomed the planet. And when they were researching cure to the death, that's how they created zombies from in the Washington, right? So in the Washington, everything went loose, and so military was put there, they were quickly overrun and killed, and so that's how the infection started, and that's how the world has ended. Easy, right? Shadow Stalker Mark 1 and Mark 2. Shadow Marker 1, it's like a railgun in Scorpion bases across the maps, and it's a very rare weapon. And so it shoots one nail, and it's like a one-hit sniper rifle. And the Shadow Stalker Mark II, you can get it by doing the Easter eggs in the Russian map, and also destroying the bosses, and also gathering the soul crystals. And that's how you get Shadow Stalker Mark II. And also it has very limited ammo. And it's kind of fun gun, I'm going to be honest. It's quite good, but very, very limited ammo. Soul Crystal. So Soul Crystal could be for the first time seen in a Russian map. And so what this crystal is, it's basically an Easter egg. And so what it does is you basically go to the how's the city called again? Jesus. You go to the metro station in St. Petersburg, you find those like weird markings from ancient civilization, and you say Anastasia in the area chat, and so you attract zombies in there by placing a horde beacon, or you can just, you know, go up and just gather as many zombies as possible, get a chainsaw and kill them, and then you will be teleported to a laboratory where there will be another soul crystal which will teleport you back to the previous crystal that teleported you away. And so it's basically gathering souls, I would say, but you know it's an Easter egg, and so I still don't know that much about the soul crystal's purpose, because I don't play curated maps. So yeah, Jesus. The Polizon Federation. So the Polizon Federation, basically and respectively, is on a Olympia military base in Washington, and so the thing goes right. They shot 2 UFOs, the military, of course. One UFO crashed in the radioactive area next to the crane type of thing, and there's a dead zone. And so they extracted some alien technology, the Scorpion, obviously. They took it, and so they made a research, and they got the Shadow Stalker Mark 1, and that's it. They took the corpses and made an experiment on them, and I kind of have my own theories, but oh well. I don't know that much about it. Jesus. Now we are going to the Depth 2, as I will call it, and so let's just begin with this. Big J spread the zombie virus. Products, crops contaminated. What this is referencing to is, it's definitely with the berry bushes type of style, I would say, because berry bushes got used by the Big J and also Scorpion because they had hallucination type of stuff, you know, and it made people crawl for more, and that's how, or well, as I said before, there's a note in the Big J in the Everett on top of a table, and it says that he's gonna get another pie. So I kind of think it's quite. I'm pretty sure that Big J is somehow behind this, all of the stuff. Oh well. I don't really much know. Holy Jesus. Scorpion 7 Soul Crystal Cure. Now, what I think this is referencing to is like the Scorpion 7 that were creating vaccine against the zombie virus, but they also apparently released it, so they are like fixing their own mistake. However, I couldn't find any information regarding Soul Crystal Cure, so yeah, there's like probably no Soul Crystal Cure. I couldn't find anything related to this, and unfortunately, I will most likely not know the answer. UFOs in Russia. No, this is simply false, I would say, because there's no UFO on the Russian map, and I couldn't find any evidence regarding this UFO in Russia. So, for me, there's no UFO in the Russian map, and it probably never has been. Probably, or maybe definitely. And lastly for today, coalition bunker in Russia. So what I believe, or basically what I know, is that the unmarked bunker in Russia Dead Zone is supposed to be a coalition bunker, because you have their Russian weapons and also Western weapons. And so logically this would make sense, because coalition, you know, almost like NATO. Yeah, just the coalition weapons. You can take a look at the coalition weapons on the Liberator, and you would see that they are the same as for the unmarked dead zone in the, well, respectively next to Krovy and next to Silo 22 in the Russian map. So my theory goes like the radiation hit and so, or whatever, something like that, I don't know. So I'll keep most of the stuff for myself. I do plan on making a part 2 and however many parts I need, because this is truly interesting and I will be here forever. And so yeah, this is just me testing my own knowledge over the game and over the game's lore. Even as a role player, I still have some minor knowledge of the game. And so yeah, that's all for today. Don't forget to eat some parsley and have a good day and goodbye. Boop.